Hi everyone, it's Mel. I have another project to share with you. It's another steampunk card. As you know, I really like making steampunk themed projects. I'll quickly run over what I used to make this card. It is quite difficult to see everything that's going on this card. But in any case, I'll give you a quick description. As usual, my card base is craft cardstock, and I've made my own background paper. And what I did was I took some of this aluminium tape. So I took a piece of white card, cut it to size, and then I just put strips of this aluminium tape all over it, smoothed it out with a bone folder, and then I used some alcohol inks. Now I'd never actually used these before. I bought them when I went to the scrapbook show a couple of weeks ago, and I had a really good deal on them actually. So I thought I'd have a play. So the colours I used was pitch black, mushroom, and then rust. And I think it worked out quite well. I need a bit more of a practice, I think. But you can see sort of here we've got the rust, and I think I used some blending solution just to make it a little bit lighter. So that was quite a good fun technique. And then I heat set that with my heat gun, and then I ran it through a Cuttlebug folder. It's the gear one. So I did that, and that gave me a really nice effect. Then I used my On the Edge Steampunk gear die by Tim Holtz. So I cut that out of card, stuck that underneath my handmade paper, and then I used the pitch black alcohol ink, and then I went over it with silver rub and buff, and that gave it a really nice texture actually. I was quite pleased with how that turned out. And then over here we've got my all-time favourite Tim Holtz die. I hardly ever make a card without using this die. So that was cut out on grey cardstock, I think, and then I used how did I make it black? I can't remember. I might have used this alcohol ink, and then went over the top of it with the silver rub and buff. I'm not sure actually, I can't remember. Any case, I did something like that. And then the hands, I used the same technique, and then I literally cut the clock die in half, and then to hold the hands together I've got one of the faux screw brands that I like using so much. Then I took a Ranger's tag, and I used vintage photo to distress the edges. I ripped the bottom, and then I stamped the saying, "Your destination is never a place but a new way of looking at things." And it came from this collection here by Indigo Blue. It's a steampunk set. It's one that I use quite regularly. So I stamped that out in Memento ink, and then I took some of my Glimmer Mist, and this one is called Pine Cone, and I just splattered it. And then I took one of my gears in this jar here. I've got Tim Holtz gears, but I've also got these gears that I buy in various colours from my local craft store, and I've put them all in this jar that I bought the other day at IKEA, just because I had them all in packets in a storage box, and they kept falling out, so I decided I'd buy some of these glass jars and then put everything in here, so it makes it much easier for me to find what I'm looking for. So that came from there. I used glossy accents to stick that down. And then I've got my Steampunk Gentleman again, which is this stamp here. It's one that I bought from the Rubbernecker stand at the scrapbook show I went to. So he was stamped out in Memento ink and onto craft card. Fussy cut him out and then stuck some 3D foam dots behind. And I think that is probably it. So I'm really quite pleased with this card. I hope you like it, and please leave me a comment. Thank you for watching.